Alright everyone, welcome back again to more Tsukihime. Let's continue.
Hi. シキは何よりもあなたを憎んでいたんだと思います。
It's not like I'm all too happy with the arrangement we wound up with either. But I suppose that wouldn't matter much to Shiki. To him, I'm just some despicable fraud. The man who stole his place in the world. And it's not like his resentment faded with time. Rather, he spent the past 7 years nurturing it and letting it fester. Yeah. Looking at it this way, of course he wants to kill me.
でもさ、殺されたのは俺の方なんだ、先輩。
遠野くん。
He's not the only one who got robbed of his existence. 7 years ago, I would have been 10. And that 10-year-old me has been completely erased. I don't know anything from before then. I don't have any memories of my childhood. It's not like I long to meet my real parents, but everything I might have held dear no longer exists. I don't even know my old last name. Shiki, the child I once was, is gone without a trace.
遠野くん、憎しみで戦おうとするのはいけないことです。
Tseo chides me, perhaps sensing something worrisome in my idle murmuring. Though I'm afraid her concern is misplaced.
そんなんじゃないです。俺がロアを殺すのは別の理由ですから。
憎しみはないんですか？
全くないわけじゃないけど、それはただあるだけの話です。憎しみの他にも思うところはありますから。それとは関係のないところでロアは放っておけない。放っておくと一人とんでもない無茶をするやつがいる。だから俺も急がないと。最後まで手伝うってあいつと約束したんだから。
That's right. I don't have time to rest up here. Not when she's been bearing her pain with a smile this entire time.
わかりません。どうしてそこまで彼女に肩入れするんですか？アルクエイドは吸血鬼です。遠野くんとは違うものじゃないですか。
それも関係ないですよ。俺はアルクエイドだから肩入れするんです。仮にあいつが人間だろうと怪獣だろうと。
Actually, I shouldn't call her that. She'd soak up a storm if she heard.
人魚だろうと結果は変わらない。それぐらい俺はあいつそのものに惚れてるんです。
Staring straight into Ciel's eyes, I declare my feelings for Arquaid. She quickly clasps her hands over her cheeks, which are flushing red for some reason.
はあ、あくまで彼女に協力すると言うんですね、遠野くんは。
Of course. Which is why I'll head for the school the second my body allows it. There's a chance that Arquaid could find Roa and become embroiled in battle. The instant she does, her safety is no longer a guarantee. It's dubious how much hope I can offer in my current state, but it's still better than letting her go it alone.
無理ですね。たとえ遠野くんが満足に動けたところで、今の彼女ではロアには対抗できません。
対抗できないって、どうしてそう断言できるんですか、先輩。
単純な足し算ですから。彼女は一度決壊した吸血衝動を抑えて活動している。そのために能力はさらに低下し、ロアの半分にも満たないでしょう。遠野くんの力はロアの半分もありませんから、遠野くんが協力したところでロアには太刀打ちできません。 そもそも彼女は死にかかっています。能力が弱っているのに自分の衝動を押さえつけている。私たちで言うのなら、肺が潰れているのに動き回っているようなものです。
What the hell? She's dying? Why? How? I knew she was suffering, but it never seemed like she was anywhere near that bad.
もちろん、それは吸血衝動を抑えなければ回復できるものです。楽になりたいのなら人間の血を吸えばいい。けれどアルケイドは二度と人の血は吸わないでしょう。だからロアを追いかける限り、彼女は自分から死に近づいているんです。
ふざけるな、そんなの。
I jump up from the bed and immediately collapse to the ground. It's not even a graceful fall. Instead, I hit the ground like a discarded piece of trash. It's so pathetic it makes me want to curl up and die. Arquette is out there pushing herself against the world, and I'm too frail to even walk.
無茶はしないでください。傷自体は合ってないようなものですけど、遠野くんの生命力は空っぽなんです。ロアの今代の転生体、四季の能力でしょう。あなたはナイフで刺されただけで、ごっそりと命そのものを削り取られたんです。
命。
生命を活動させる動的な結合力、平たく言えばエネルギーですね。生きている限り動的な結合力は作り出されますけど、その蓄積量は個人差があるんです。一人の体から取り出せる生命力は無尽蔵ではなく限度がある。蓄積している生命力を一瞬にして奪われたら、その個体は生命活動を停止するんです。
Life force. The thing that sets someone in motion.
それは物を生かしているということですか？
そうですね。厳密に言うと死ではありません。ガソリンが切れてしまったから動かなくなるということですから。エンジンは壊れていないんですから、エネルギーさえ戻ればまた走り出せます。
Shio moves to stand me up and lay me back down the bed.
いい、もう横にはならない。
もう自分一人じゃ立ってられない人が何を言ってるんですか？横になるのが嫌でしたらこうしてください。
With a forceful push, Shio has me sit on the bed. The act of sitting is enough to send my breathing into disarray. Fuck. I'll never make it to school at this rate. Even if I could find Arquette, I'd only slow her down.
いいんですよ。遠野くんはもう戦わなくて。ロアのことならあと数日もあれば決着がつきますから。
決着ってどうやって？
ロアの転生体が特定できましたから、法王朝、私たちの本拠地ですけど、そこに要請が通ります。今回はマーリオもいますし、3日もあれば十分な数の代行者が送り込まれますから、ロアはそれでおしまいです。結局また同じことの繰り返しになりますけど、とりあえずそれで今代のロアは処理できます。
3 days. Wait, 3 days?
ダメだ、そんなもの待ってられない。今夜にでもアルクエドはロアとやり合うかもしれないんだ。だったら そんなもの何の意味もないじゃないか。
I force my power into my legs. Somehow masking my ragged breathing, I get up from the bed.
先輩、俺のナイフどこだ？
私が預かってますけど、あなたに渡すと思いますか？
思わないけど、人のものを取り上げないでほしい。確か汝盗むべからずなんでしょう。
Ciel takes the knife out of her habit with a resigned sigh.
この担当は遠野くんのですからお返ししますけど、学校に戻るつもりなんですか？
何度もそう言ってる。アルクエイドがロアを見つける前に俺が。
Put an end to him. If Shiki's after my life, then we'll wind up clashing one way or another. If so, I should go there and kill him myself to protect Arquaid.
そんな体でですか？やっぱりわかりませんね。あなたがそこまで彼女にこだわる理由、聞かせてください。それを聞かせてくれるのなら、私はもう止めませんから。
I mean, there's also another method. It's more dangerous, but you got any adrenaline? It's the same question as before. Something strengthened to my trembling knees. I reaffirm my resolve that I might instill them with the strength to burst out of here.
俺は
Why do I want to help her? Because I like her? Because it's fun to be around her? I'd just be lying to myself if I said that. There's one far more deep-rooted reason, one which trumps everything else.
あいつ一人だからさ、なんかほっとけないんだ。多分理由はそんなものだよ。
嘘です。そんなことで自分の命をないがしろにはできません。真面目に答えてください、遠野くん。そんな理由じゃ私は納得できません。
いや、本当に理由はそんなことなんだ。あいつは今まで一人で楽しいことがいっぱいあるってことも知らなくて、ずっとバカみたいに一人だった。そんなのは寂しすぎるだろ。そんな意味のない人生俺は許せない。だから
That's why I just wanted to show her that this world has so much going on, even if the majority is pointless crap. Learning all about it, experiencing it for yourself, is the joy of living. It's a truth so simple, even children understand it.
ただ教えてやりたかった。あいつはあんなに楽しそうに笑っていたけど、そんなのは誰にでも手に入れられるものなんだって教えてやりたかった。世の中にはもっともっとつまらない悩みなんて消し飛ぶぐらい楽しいことがあるんだって何回でも連れ回したかった。当たり前のことを当たり前のように感じられるように、あいつを幸せにしてやりたかった。
My desire doesn't come from sadness. It's a simple, honest wish from the bottom of my heart. I want her to be able to smile always, because there's nothing I find more radiant, more lovely, more beautiful.
だってそうだろ。あいつは今まで救われなかった分、その何倍も幸せにならなくちゃいけない。帳尻は合わせないと嘘だ。だいたい あいつが一人で亡くなる方法なんて簡単すぎる。そんなことで悩んでるとかバカみたいだ。
Yeah, it's a piece of cake. All she needs is someone she can talk to, and the freedom to do what she wants.
きっとさ、それは誰にだってしてやれることなんだ。他の誰でもあいつを幸せにすることはできる。だから確かに俺がこんなみっともない体でこんな風に躍起になる必要はない。他の誰にだってあいつを一人で亡くすことができるんだから。
I know. I know it all too well, but I'm not doing this for some logical reason.
けどダメなんだ。他の誰かになんて任せられないし、このままあいつと別れることなんてできない。俺にはもうあいつ以外にいないんだ。
That's just the kind of bastard I am. I'd already given up on so many things. I could have died like a dog and not cared. Yet now I desire something so much, it's like I'm a different person.
アルクエイドを愛してる。
As a man, I'm in love with everything about her.
でもそれ以上に俺は自分の手であいつを幸せにしてやりたい。そのために自分の命が使われるのならそれでいい。このままであいつに消えてほしくない。今はただそれだけなんだ、先輩。
Yeah, that's all it is. I care more about Arkway than I do my own life. She's the sole purpose for which I was granted these eyes. I can say that with absolute certainty.
他の誰でもですか。バカなこと言わないでください。他の誰にもできませんよ。だってそんなことを言えるのは世界中で遠野くんだけみたいですから。
Ciel sighs deeply and shrugs her shoulders in exasperation.
先輩。
ちょっと頭にきちゃいました。彼女もう十分幸せじゃないですか。
She wears a cynical smile, but her tone is gentle. Suddenly, I hear a noise from the window. The scraping of branches and twigs.
驚かないでいいですよ。彼女が立ち去っただけですから。さっきからおかしな違和感があったんですけど、やっぱりそうだったんですね。
Ciel glances towards the window.
ロアより遠野くんの方を優先してきてたなんて彼女らしくないですけど。まあこれでロアの方を優先しているようでしたら私がとどめを刺しに行きますが。
なんでアルクエイドが俺の部屋なんかに来るんだよ。
遠野くんがロアにやられたから心配で見に来たんでしょう。私たちの話に聞き耳を立てていて、たった今ロアのところに行っちゃいましたけど。
行ったってどうして。
当たり前じゃないですか。あんなこと聞いちゃったら私だって同じ行動をとります。羨ましいけど同じぐらい哀れですね。
だからどうして。
遠野くんはアルクエイドを助けたいけど、アルクエイドは遠野くんを巻き込みたくない。なら答えは一つです。さてこれで諦めがついたでしょ。遠野くんがどう頑張ったところで彼女には追いつけません。ですからあとは私たちに任せてゆっくり体を。
ふざけるな。
In a fit of rage, I grab at her collar. The short burst of movement is enough to get my head spinning, but I ignored the dizziness.
こうなると分かって俺に理由を聞いたのか。
いいえ、私遠野くんが彼女をそういう風に見てたなんて知りませんでした。確かにこれは私の失策です。
Even so, her expression doesn't change. Her gaze is perfectly calm as I cling to her collar. This is pointless. Arcade is already on her way. I've got more important things to do than blame CL.
彼女の後を追う。連れて行け。
そんな体の人の脅迫を聞くと思っているんですか？
Of course not.
知るか。言うことを聞かないならここでめちゃくちゃに暴れてやる。
Her expression crumbles. The stern face from before is replaced by one of quiet astonishment as she looks away and ponders for a moment. After a few seconds, Sia breathes another heavy sigh.
その提案は魅力的ですけど仕方ありません。私の失策でもありますし、乗りかかった船ですから、こうなったら終着までお付き合いします。
Sia peels my fingers off her collar and comes around to my side.
それじゃあ連れて行ってあげますから、おとなしくしていてくださいね。
え、
I don't have time to be confused. Sia picks me up, cradling me in her arms.
明葉さんに見つかると止められますので、彼女と同じ方法で行きましょうか。
はい、ちょっとシエル先輩。
There's a soft thud as she steps onto the windowsill, and a split second later, we leap out into the night. The graceful avatar bounds beneath the moon without a flaw. From roof to roof. Without stopping or falling, she crosses the sky like an arrow set loose. Her destination is fixed. The high school on the fringes of this city. The place where her woes has made his nest. The site of a battle long awaited. The distance between the house and the hill and the school grounds is mere 2 kilometers as the crow flies. A journey of a few minutes on legs such as these. She's well accustomed to this sort of pursuit. Flying with complete efficiency, her every action is specialized toward piercing her target. This silhouette has been heaven sent, bolt of death for many a dead apostle. Yet just for tonight, her trajectory is filled with a gentle warmth.
大好き大好き大好き大好き。
As the sky bathes her upturned face in moonlight, she shouts her feelings to the universe. If she didn't let them out, her heart would surely burst. If she didn't press her hands against her cheeks, they would burn from the heat. Inexplicable light has flooded her chest. Tingles of contentment flow through her neck and into her brain. It's an experience entirely new to her, one of pure joy. The shroud of melancholy that bound her mere minutes before is nowhere to be found. Even though her body may be on the verge of collapse, even though she may not have the strength to keep on fighting, even if she may not have a future once she defeats the vampire lurking in the school, even if all she did until now has been pointless, without any meaning or redemption.
構わない。そんなの全然どうでもいい。
All those problems are a thing of the past. Everything between her and Roa feels like a little more than an insignificant feud. What fuels her now is that which wells up in her heart. The feeling of wanting to protect someone precious to her. a feeling she's never grasped for herself until this moment. The Roa this time is different. Compared to Roas of the past, he's less interested in the pursuit of immortality. This Roa possesses a deep, singular interest in one person. By examining all that occurred as one sequence, she arrived at the necessary conclusion. She realized that the relation between her, Shiki, and the other Shiki is much like one between her and Roa.
だから私が倒す。
No more bringing him into danger, and no more hesitating about her clash with Roa. A few minutes prior, she had feared her confrontation. The rationality at her core said her odds for victory were slim at best. It wasn't the prospect of failing her mission that frightened her. No, she feared dying at her foe's hand, disappearing, and never seeing him again. But now it's different. She's propelled by an all-encompassing joy. Because she's alone. I can't just abandon her. That's all the reason I need. Her eyes, her lips, her entire being is flushed with bashful delight. Can she win? Can she survive? Will she be able to meet him again? That would be nice, she thinks. So she'll keep fighting for that possibility. For her own hopes and dreams. Never before has something like this driven her. It's not hatred or duty. Rather, it's the elation from being able to dedicate herself to him that propels the white figure across the night sky.
私に返せるものはないけれど。
I said thanks for the warmth burning in her chest.
あなたの敵をやっつけるわ。
Yeah, but the enemy would reincarnate, right? He has to be the one to kill him. Her mind is made up. She will use whatever remains of her power to end things tonight. The memory remains branded on her heart. With a smile, she accepts those simple words, her reward for a journey of 1,000 years. After bursting through the night-covered city, we arrive at the school. Despite having leaped from roof to roof with me in her arms, much like Arcwood has done before, Ciel doesn't seem out of breath in the slightest. This is probably coming out a little late, but she might be just as ridiculously overpowered as Arcwood.
遠野くん、歩けますか？
歩けなくても歩きます。これからロアを殺しに行くんですから。
そうですね。では、この先は自分の足でお願いします。
She lowers me to the ground. The school is wrapped in an eerie silence. Once I enter these grounds, neither Roa or I are walking out until one of us is dead. I take a deep breath and remove my glasses. A familiar pain courses through my brain. The sensation combined with my rigid body makes me want to scream out.
まずいですね。目覚めたばかりとはいえ、やはり月齢の影響を受けますか。
Ciel looks up at the sky with a grim look on her face. The moon illuminates the school in its silver blue glow.
まずいって何がです？
ロアの状態です。神祖は月齢によってその能力限度を上下させます。彼らは満月に近いほど力を増す。それは使徒であるロア本人も同じです。今夜のロアは限りなく不死身に近いでしょう。今の私の装備では殺しきれないかもしれません。
As close to immortal as can be, huh? Not like that makes a difference to me. As long as the potential death still exists, I can kill it, no matter how hard he makes it for me. I just need to get close enough. Even if he guts me the next second, it won't matter if I can deliver his death in a single breath.
それにしても今夜は明るいですね。これじゃあ闇に紛れて忍び込むのも難しいです。月の明るい夜は好きなんですけど、今日だけは別物ですね。
She sighs. Moonlight pierces the frozen blue night, a testimony to the death of existence, that one might even find beauty in.
そうかな。俺は月の明るい夜は嫌いです。
遠野くん。
There's an intense throb. Something grates within my brain.
太陽じゃなくて月の弱い明かりだと余計にはっきり見えるから。線をかき消すくらい強い日差しが本当の暗闇の方が気が楽だ。
Another throb. It scratches at the fringes of my reality.
ああ、今夜は特に狂いそうだ。何もかも死にやすそうで、まるで月の荒野にいるみたい。
But it's not necessarily bad news. It means that no matter what, I won't miss Roa's death.
遠野くん、ここでお別れです。ここから先は一人で行ってください。私は別行動をしますから。
別行動？先輩、何かするんですか？
ですね、私だってロアを処理するのが目的なんですよ。ただ今代のロアは今までより強力なようですから、真正面から挑むことはしません。遠野くんとアルクエイドがロアに殺された後、その隙をついてロアを処断します。
Teal declares her strategy without a hint of shame. To be honest, her sincerity inspires more confidence than half-truths ever could.
わかりました。勝手ですけど、その時は後始末をよろしくお願いします。
はい。仕事に私情を挟むのはここまでです。遠野くんは彼女のために戦うのでしょう。それと同じように、私にも自分なりの理由があるんです。ですから、これ以上あなたたちを助けることはできません。
はい。ありがとうございます、先輩。これでお別れかもしれないから言っておきますね。俺、先輩のことを好きでしたよ。先輩と有彦と3人でバカみたいな話をしてるのは楽しかった。
はい。私も夢みたいでした。
And just like that, Sail disappears like a bird, fading into the night.
さあ、行くか。
I've also made up my mind. I passed through the main gate. It's still hard to walk. The school feels like it's miles away. Though my body grows dizzier with every step, I whip myself into action, forcing my body to sprint towards the building. How are you gonna fight like that? Ahead of Shikitono, the executor has already entered the school. This is not an assault, but an infiltration. Naturally, this is far from her first time navigating enemy territory. For the executor CL, exterminating vampires is a matter of duty, not of pride. To challenge an enemy directly is to invite suspicion of madness. Her body moves like a shadow. Her stealth surpasses mere silence, as if there's no trace of her at all to the outside world. No scent, no body heat, not even a heartbeat. Nothing. As of now, she won't even permit herself to think. There are vampires capable of noticing intruders the second a thought crosses their mind. It's uncertain whether Michael Roa, I can't pronounce that, Valdemyong has cultivated such an ability, but the true ancestor no doubt possesses at least this level of spatial dominion. And if Arkway discovers that CL has entered the space, that information will be relayed to Roa, engaged in battle with her. In other words, the slightest thought would ruin her chance at an ambush. So, in order to avoid such an outcome, CL has transformed herself into a puppet. A puppet only performs the commands it has been given. It does not think. It is unmoved by outside factors. Unthinkingly, the executor moves toward a location of Roa's blind spot where she might deliver certain death. She has surprised herself of her surroundings through magecraft. Roa has deployed a myriad of magical formula throughout the gymnasium where he now waits. Arkway is moving to meet him through the corridor which connects the gym with the main building. The concrete surface is growing more scorched by the second. It is Roa's odd accumulated until this very moment. Contending with Arkway's own magical energy. If she were conscious, she might liken it to a powder keg. A concentration of magical energy so dense it sparks, ready to blow at the slightest provocation, eradicating intruders and all. Will Shikitono be able to pass through here? Such thoughts do not cross her mind. The killing machine simply heads from the courtyard to the roof. Even Roa himself could not wake her up now. But then... well, that's a weird thing to see. She sees it, like a fatal omen. Something makes her question her own eyes. It clings to the wall unnaturally. Not even Tia, with her vast history of vanquishing dead apostles and monsters alike, has heard of such an aberration, let alone seen it. Its skin is tough yet supple, like a leather or tree bark. Its abdomen is grossly distended. 6 legs sprout out from its gut. A mass of claws or fangs grow from its shoulder, large enough to belong to a dinosaur. Its lower body resembles that of a spider. Its upper body is almost human. The 8 eyes that dot its face are unmistakably arachnoid. Yet strangest of all, a muddled awareness oozes from the aberration, one that is neither murderous nor hostile. She has faced bloodlust potent enough to foretell her doom. She has faced hostility electric enough to cover her entire flesh in goosebumps. That is not what she senses now. This creature defies analysis. It exists in none of the church's records. Of that much she is certain. This being's origins lie outside the realm of man's understanding. Something about it brings to mind a painting by a renowned artist of a dark, strikingly blue city beneath the swirling moon and stars. It almost seems to inhabit a separate dimension. I'm with you, CL. I don't like spiders. Without realizing, CL begins to breathe again. All thoughts of Roa, Shiki, or Arkwade are erased from her empty mind. What remains is primal fear. A trace of humanity from a time before she was an executor. When she was just a little girl, ignorant of monsters and creatures of the night. In other words, she is filled with an undeniable aversion to the hideous thing before her. The entire school distorts and shakes. The amassed magical energy in the air is causing a chain reaction, warping the steel foundation of the school building. It wasn't caused by this aberration. It's a sign that the fight between Roa and Arkwade has begun.
Shima!
There's only a few seconds, but it was a fatal error nonetheless. Realizing that she has lost her chance to ambush Roa, Tia immediately redirects her attention to the threat at hand. Holy crap. The monster, neither insect nor beast, is nearly 3 meters tall, yet it glides across the walls with ease. It is entirely unaffected by the shaking of the building. From 8 meters away, the monster brandishes the grotesque arms. They extend like whips. They close in on her, but see how calm as she catches the familiar scent of a dead apostle from each of them.
新種のグールなんですね。
Roa must have placed it here to prevent her from interfering. Viewed in such a light, nothing about this is shocking. Ciel observes the physiological makeup of the ghoul from below. Its entire form is a mass of lethal weaponry, but there are 2 points which demand attention. The cluster of fangs protruding from its shoulder, and that massive left arm. Those fangs are not made for close combat. No, without a doubt. They're quite the opposite. They are missiles made to hunt prey from afar. A direct hit from a high-velocity mass like that would splinter a human into 1,000 pieces. And if it maintains the high ground, she'll be a sitting duck. In one breath, she slips past a wave of whistling projectiles, leaping up to the rooftop. The massive ghoul clambers onto the rooftop to cut off the executor's escape. Its 6 legs allow it to glide across the ground just as easily as it scaled the wall.
サイズの割には素早いようですが。
Ciel views its every move, formulating her plan of attack. The giant ghoul is akin to a mobile artillery. Its primary armaments comprise those elastic arms and the rows of fangs on its shoulder, which have already regrown. A variable form specialized in long-distance warfare. But that isn't to say it's ill-equipped for close combat. Were she to get close, its left arm would almost certainly smash through her defenses.
もっとも。
That is, if it managed to hit her. Objectively, that ghoul's massive left arm is at odds with the rest of its body. The mismatched proportions ruin its balance, undoubtedly marring the creature's maneuverability. Had its arms been closer in shape and size, it could have acted in a more stable, mobile terrain, or even pressured Ciel from a distance. It assails her once more with its whip-like arms. Evading by the skin of her teeth, the executor weaves her way toward her enemy. She is no longer plagued by the fear that tingled at her spine. Though her foe remains an unknown entity, she has ascertained its strength and abilities. Even if it is a type of ghoul never before encountered, it should pose no threat to her. The abilities it exhibits are not enough to kill her. Ciel is fully convinced that she can cull it with her current equipment. If there's one issue, it's...
時間。
Though she does not know the enemy, she knows that its power is on par with that of a greater dead apostle, which means that executing once or twice will not be enough. The question is how much she must kill it before it stops regenerating.
10分。それ以上は使えない。
The executor's magecraft burns the ghoul. Although struck by enough lightning to kill an elephant, the ghoul leaps backwards and launches its counter-assault. The executor grits her teeth. This monster is far more resilient than she anticipated. Some time remains until she will fell her foe. She has no way of knowing how the slight interval will affect the night's conclusion. The school is a mess. Everywhere I look, steel and concrete has been gouged. It's like a miniature typhoon passed through before ascending upward. As fast as Ciel wasn't traversing the city, she couldn't keep up with Arcade. The battle between Arcade and Roa must already be underway. I run through the corridors. Aliens unto destruction ring through the building. A burning smell lingers in the air. My fingernails dig into my left palm, pulling back my consciousness, which slips further away with every step. The painful sting keeps me grounded enough to press forward.